You're up to something. Fuck that, you're up to something.
6 months have passed, and Dom is seeming to be walking down a very dark path. Ever since the night his father was taken from him, he stopped going to school. He's fighting more aggressively, also fighting outside the ring. He's frustrated, angry, easy to set off, and mad at the world. He shut himself off from all emotions. Luckily, his father owned their home, so he's always had a place for himself. He would never be on the streets. Yet, he would never tell anyone where he lived. He'd always keep that to himself. One day, he ran into these three guys walking home from training. They were a part of one of the biggest gangs in the city, and they just made a huge mistake in setting this 11-year-old off. As Dom is walking, one of them bumps his shoulder, while another one steps on his shoe. Dom stops completely and looks up. "What happened to manners?" Dom says as these three skyscrapers are behind him. They stop and turn around. "The fuck you say?" says one. "You must want to end up in a body bag," says another one. "Think he needs to learn a lesson. You ready to die, little boy?" Dom stands there for a sec. He turns around while throwing his bag to the side, then speed blitz the biggest one. The two others are watching the bag, while the biggest one looks down as he sees the little boy cocking back a right hook so fast he can't react. He blocks his face, thinking he's going for his face. Then he feels his knee. His entire leg bent like a toothpick. As he collapsed from his leg almost being broken, Dom follows up with an uppercut before he can hit the floor, putting him completely to sleep. The other two look down, realizing what just happened, as the bag finally lands in a chair on someone's porch. "I guess class is in session, huh?" One pisses his pants. The other looks like he wanted to throw up. They instantly run off, not wanting to be next. He starts hearing someone clapping, but he doesn't look friendly. He calmly walks up to Dom with his hands out, wanting to shake his hand. "Name's Julius. I run this gang. I was wondering what happened to those three idiots and what was taking them so long. I see they ran into a real problem and learned what real is." "Dom, I see you got some real skill and speed. You box? I noticed the stance." "Yeah." "Are you as stealthy as you fast?" "What do you mean?" Confused while he mean mugs. "Relax, killer." "I just have a couple people that owe me, and I need someone fast and stealthy to help me get what I want that's owed. You won't have to fight or none of that, and I'll pay you nicely." Dom thinks, "I will need the money to live. I'm completely broke, and the food in the fridge is getting low. Deal?" "Fuck it, deal." "Alright." He eventually became a member of the gang. So now, instead of just looting people for Julius, he's helping them rob people, break into homes, having fights with rival gangs. It got so bad, he was helping them sell drugs. This goes on for the next year. And one night, during a late night break-in, as Dom is running through the house grabbing everything on the list plus more, the rest of the gang wakes outside and watches. They've been sending him alone due to knowing how fast and stealthy that he actually is. But as he's running through, he stops and pauses as he feels his eyes throbbing again. He ignores it, shakes it off, and continues grabbing everything on the list. After everything is said and done, they all split up and they go their separate ways for the night. Dom walks home and gets settled. His house is completely empty. and he's sitting on the couch. He's thinking to himself, I haven't felt this throbbing feeling since that night. As he thinks back to that night, seeing his father laying there, blood all around him, as he's lost in thought, he feels a particular feeling, but it is different. He felt a very calming energy flow throughout his whole entire body. This is the first time he's thought about his father ever since the day he cut himself off from all his emotions. And for the first time in a year plus, he cries. He settled in his emotions, thinking, why? What could be the reason? As he's sinking deeper into his emotions, he feels that feeling again, but it's more intense, way more intense than the first time. So intense that it jerks him a little bit. But that, mixed with his boxing instincts, tell him to lean left. And when he leans left, he moves so fast unexpectedly, he literally flash steps to the side. As he moves and sees a muscular arm, and the hand has claws, slashing the whole entire couch in half, he has to come to a spinning stop. As he looks where he was sitting at, he's shocked, and he sees what he can only describe as a demonic figure.
One more shot, 'cause I feel like you're up to something. Fuck that, you're up to something.